الله يا رحمن يا رحيم يا مالك عطاؤه فخيم.
My dear brothers, insha'Allah ta'ala, we will try to understand the meaning of the word Izzah in another perspective. But generally speaking, when we say the word Izzah, what does us, the A'wam, the layman, what do we think? Our perception about the word Izzah, which literally means honor, dignity. Sometimes we think that Izzah, the general meaning, the general concept that we have pertaining to the word Izzah is that someone, for example, has a good level of education and had a good job and had big houses, right? Cars, luxury, have a great status in the society, are well known, etc. All these are the basic concepts normally that we think about Izzah, but no one will think that Izzah means somebody kneeling down, being put in trial and suffering. No one think about it to be Izzah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran al-Kareem, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, from Surah Ali Imran, the verse, Surah 3, the verse 26. The verse 26, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, قل اللهم مالك الملك تؤتي الملك من تشاء وتنزع الملك ممن تشاء. Say, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, O Allah, the one who owns the kingdom, the sovereignty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, تُؤْتِي الْمُلْكَ مَنْ تَشَاءُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives authority, gives the possibility to govern whomever He will of His kingdom, of His sovereignty. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes the authority of governing the kingdom or the sovereignty from whomever He will. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَتُعِزُّ مَن تَشَاءُ وَتُذِلُّ مَن تَشَاءُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honor whomsoever He wills eternally. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives dignity, honor, whomever He will. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَتُذِلُّ مَن تَشَاءُ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the disgrace, dishonor to whomever He will. And بِيَدِكَ الْخَيْرِ, and all goodness, and in the might of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lies all goodness, and in the might of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lies all goodness. إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Verily you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is capable of everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do everything, is most powerful. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Right? We have the basic concept of honor, which means a dignity in the society, and we say what? We are thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever He granted us. Yes or no? Alhamdulillah. We are facing much ease somehow. For example, here, or where I come from, Mauritius, for example, or here, the Ummah, we can leave Islam bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And we have certain dignity and we are thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is our basic concept of dignity, honor. What about the situation that we see every day happen in Bilad al-Sham? What is the Bilad al-Sham of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam when he tells us what is Bilad al-Sham? Today, some people may think that Sham is related only to Syria. No. Bilad al-Sham, to what Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam informs us, is not only limited to Syria. There is Lebanon, there is Lebanon, there is, you have the Jordan, you have Palestine. Say somehow Bilad al-Hind. It is not limited to India, because today when we say Hind, it is India. But when Nabiyuna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he say Bilad al-Hind, includes Pakistan, includes the Hyderabad, from all this is one land. But we have come the era of the divide and rule since long. Right? I want to make you think about it. It is divide and rule today. This is Pakistan, this is Kashmir, this is Afghanistan, this is India, this is Bangladesh. All this is one land. This is one land. But when Nabiyuna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam say Bilad al-Hind, it is one land, it's not divided as we see today. Likewise, same for Bilad al-Sham. When we see the situation of Bilad al-Sham today, for example, the situation of Syria, the situation of Palestine, and the situation of many Arab countries. Right? Let's say what we see in the media. Palestine, Syria, everybody knows what is happening right now over there. Depending on the concept, as per the concept that we have about honor, does it meet the concept that we have about honor, what we see happening in Palestine or Syria? One would say no, because why? Honor is equivalent to ease. Ease, facilities, ease. There, over there, we see trials. We see tribulations. Yes? This is not the definition we have about honor. Right. When we see about the Arabic countries, we see the situation of Palestine, the situation of Syria. Let's say another country, like for example, Yemen. The situation in Yemen. Is it in rose? Is it good, the situation in Yemen? So again, as per our concept of honor, this is not honor what they are undergoing. They are going through trials and tribulations. Honor means that we are at ease, isn't it? Let's now see the situation of Saudi Arabia. Right? The country, I'm not generalizing, I'm saying those who, some claimers that they are holding the flag of Tawheed, right? La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Let's see the situation comparing to Palestine. Is the situation of Saudi Arabia same that we see in Palestine? Same like we see in Lebanon, in Syria, in Yemen? Is it same? Yemen very close to Saudi Arabia, yes or no? Is it same the situation? Then as per our definition, our understanding of honor, we will say Saudi Arabia has honor because they don't have any trials they are undergoing, they are facing. Their life are at ease, yes or no? What about the Emirates? What about Dubai? What about these countries? Have you heard there is tribulations that we see in Yemen, that we see in Palestine? No, we don't see it. So this is, what is it? Is it honor? This is honor, yes? Is it? So let's continue to see what's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jal say in the Quran al-Kareem in Surah Baqarah, Surah 2, verse number 214. Surah 2, verse 214. بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Just before I quote it, everybody, we are all seeking Jannah, and we are told to ask Al-Firdaus. Yes or no? Jannah Al-Firdaus. We want Jannah. Yes or no? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أم حسبتم أن تدخلون الجنة أن تدخلوا الجنة أم حسبتم أن تدخلوا الجنة. Do you think you will enter Al-Jannah? See, this is the form of the question. أم حسبتم أن تدخلوا الجنة ولما يأتكم مثل الذين خلوا من قبلكم. Do you think you will enter the Jannah, the same Jannah you are asking, begging, supplicating to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, grant us a Jannah al-Firdaus, yes or no? أم حسبتم أن تدخلوا الجنة ولما يأتكم مثل الذين خلوا من قبلكم. Do you think you will enter Al-Jannah unless you go through trials that those before you encountered? Do you think you will enter Al-Jannah? Do you see this verse? This is not abrogated, this verse. No. Do you think you will enter Al-Jannah unless you go through the trials that those before you encountered? And even so, we say, whatever the trials we are undergoing today, that the script keeps to repeat itself, but still it's not like those before us. Even so, it is so hard today, it's not compared to before us. But see that you won't enter Al-Jannah unless we face trials. Don't think that the Ummah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is not facing trials, dear brothers. Don't think so. Don't think everywhere in this world is at ease. No. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, مَسَّتْهُمُ الْبَأْسَاءُ وَالضَّرَّاءُ وَزُلْزِلُوا حَتَّى يَقُولَ الرَّسُولُ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مَعَهُ مَتَى نَصْرُ اللَّهِ. Allahu Akbar. Do you see that? Do you see that? Who has more honor than Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Who is the most honorable than the Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jal, and after him the Sahaba ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'een. And here it precisely says the Rasul and the Sahaba, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those who believe, ma'ahu, and supported him, were with him, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, مَسَّتْهُمُ الْبَأْسَاءُ. They were undergoing trials through extreme poverty, facing extreme poverty. When we say ba'sa, extreme, like kind of severe trial of hunger, anything you perceive about pertaining to poverty. وَالضَّرَّاء, ailments, all kind of dur, ailments, sickness, illness, all kind of these things. وَزُلْزِلُوا, they were shaken. They were shaken. So much trials that they were shaken. حتى, until what? يقول الرسول, until the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. How was this trial, ahbaba, that even the messenger of Allah Sayyiduna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مَعَهُ, and the Sahaba and those who believed and supported him, was with him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, said, supplicated, made the prayer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They say, مَتَى نَصْرُ اللَّهِ, when will the victory, when will be the support, the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala come to us? How was it that Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was such in a trial that himself raised his hand and cried for the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala along with the Sahaba? How was it? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَلَا إِنَّ نَصْرَ اللَّهِ قَرِيبٌ. صدق الله العظيم. And verily, the help, the support, and the victory from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is close, is near to come. You see that? And amongst the human being, among the insan, Nabiyuna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam informed us clearly that those who are put in trial mostly are the Anbiya. Who are most put in trial are the what? The Anbiya alayhim as-salam. And in another narration, Rasul alayhi salatu was-salam said, مَنْ يُرِدِ اللَّهِ بِهِ خَيْرًا, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills good for His worshipper, His banda, His ibad, yusib minhu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put him in trial. Yusib minhu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them in trial. What is the izzah? We are talking about another way to perceive the concept of izzah, another way to think about it. When we have compared what is happening in Saudi Arabia, the lifestyle happening over there, and what is happening in Bilad al-Sham and Yemen. Let's take Bilad al-Sham and Yemen, which is confirmed in Sahih al-Bukhari, narrated by Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhuma, that Sayyidina Abdullah radiyallahu anhuma narrated what happened after Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam returned back from Hajj. And know that Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam performed only one Hajj, right? Only once. And when he was in Medina sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhu is narrating this event. What happened? Nabiyuna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mounts over the member in Masjid Nabawi. Right? Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He mounts over the member, faces the Muslimin, the Sahaba actually, and Sayyiduna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam make a dua. Do you know the dua? Do you know ahbaba the dua? Allahumma barik lana fi shamina. Allahumma barik lana fi shamina. Oh Allah, grant your barakah to grant your mercy, grant your mercy, grant your bounties to upon who? Shamina. He doesn't say Bilad al-Sham. He says a bit more than that. In a loving manner, the Shamina, our Sham, there is a cherishing way. This is a cherishing way, a loving way. I'm talking of the correction of expert in the Arabic language, my brother over there, alhamdulillah, barakallahu fiqh. When saying Shamina, in a loving way, our Sham, not Sham, our Sham. Oh Allah, bless our Sham. Oh Allah, grant barakah our Sham. Referring to Palestine, referring to Syria, referring to Lebanon, referring to Jordan, and some other parts. Little, but these are for me. Oh Allah, bless this land. This is the dua of Nabiuna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on the minbar in the Masjid al-Nabawi, conveying somehow the last message to the ummah. And someone in the crowd amongst the Sahaba, Ridwanullah ta'ala alayhim ajma'in, say, وَفِي نَجْدِنَا يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. And for our Najd, do you hear that? And for our Najd, Ya Rasulullah. Nabiyuna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam restart the dua. Actually the dua was Allahumma barik lana fi shamina wa yamanina. Right? It is mentioned also Yaman wa yamanina. Yemen. Allahumma, oh Allah, bless our Sham. Oh Allah, bless our Yemen. Our Yemen. Alhamdulillah, do you hear that? A cherishing way. And someone say, among the Sahaba, yes, and say, وَفِي نَجْدِنَا يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. And ask Allah to bless our Najd also. And Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam restart over the dua and repeat the dua for a second time. Allahumma barik lana fi. You can repeat after me. Shamina wa yamanina. Right? Wa fi yamanina, and waqalu, again the Sahabi say, wa fi najdina ya Rasulullah. Do you know what happened? For the third time now, Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam is going to repeat the same dua, starting over. Allahumma barik lana fi shamina wa fi yamanina. And again for the third time, the Sahabi say, one among the Sahabi, wa fi najdina ya Rasul Allah. And ask Allah to bless our Najd, ya Rasul Allah. And then Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam pointed toward the east of Medina, pointed his finger Mubarakah toward the east of Medina and say, Hunak, over there. Now he won't repeat the dua for the fourth time. Now he will say, Hunak, over there. The Hunak, the expert in the field of Mustalah al-Hadith, the field like people like Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani rahimahullah, people like him, people like Hafiz al-Suyuti rahimahullah, people like them explain clearly when saying Hunak, it referred to Najd. It referred to what? To Najd, this place known as Najd. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, Hunak Najd. Hunak az-zalazilu wal-fitan. Az-zalazilu, it means tribulations, or you can say literally as earthquakes, or a kind of life upside down. a kind of upside down, right? Zalazil, shaking, distortion. And Allah's Mahbub sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, wal fitan, and the fitna, tribulations, and the fitna. Over there is what? Why Nabiyyuna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam doesn't ask Allah to bless Najd? Because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is revealing to us what will happen in the same Najd. There will be like earthquake, literally meaning, or there will be life upside down. They will shake this ummah. And there will be fitan, tribulations, deviations, fasad. And wabiha, and Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam say, wabiha, and over there, the same Najd, يَطْلُعُ قَرْنُ الشَّيْطَانِ. The horn of Satan will emerge. And over there, you have information about the same Najd that Sayyiduna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is saying. We have information about it. What is it? Tribulations, fitna. And you have the horn of Satan will emerge over there. What is the meaning of the horn of Satan now? You will see like a horn. Some have explained that even the horn of Satan are like two horns, right? A pair. This is the east and this is the west. Some has, so they sold their soul, they sold their iman to the east and the west. And they come to split this ummah. They come to divide this ummah and to make disorders and fitna. But Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, for example, for Sham, what he said? Tuba lisham. Tuba lisham. And blessed is Asham. How blessed is Asham, the beloved Sham, how blessed it is. And we are talking about honor. And we just say about beloved Sham what we see today. We see trials and tribulation, and Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam say the trials and tribulation will be where? Najd. But we see today trials and tribulations in beloved Sham. Is it in contradiction? Was it a falsehood? Where do we see tribulation? And the Messenger of Allah says the tribulation, the fasad, the fitna is najd. But we see the eyes that we see. With the eyes that we see, which is too weak, which is veiled. We see the fitna, we see tribulations in those countries. But Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam say, Tuba lisham. Blessed is Sham. فَقُلْنَا وَلِمَ ذَاكَ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. The Sahaba say, how come Ya Rasulullah? How the blessing of the Sham, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? And he says sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, say, لِأَنَّ مَلَائِكَةَ بَاسِطَةٌ أَجْنِحَتِهَا عَلَيْهَا. That the malaika, the angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open their wings of mercy upon Ash-Sham. The land of Sham is blessed, that we see in the Quran, الَّذِي بَارَكْنَا حَوْلَهُ. This is blessed, the blessed land of Sham. You see, dear brothers, we have the time factor on one side, but this is a great subject in itself. It won't make justice in 30 minutes of speech. What we see today in Bilad al-Sham is actually the honor Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam was talking about. It is actually the honor because undergoing trials and tribulations, facing all this injustice, and they make sabr, and they pray to Allah, and begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His help is actually honor. And if they die, insha'Allah ta'ala, if they are sincere, they die as shuhada, as martyrs, insha'Allah ta'ala. And the greatest honor is to have your book in your right hand on that day. Insha'Allah, we all, insha'Allah ta'ala. And the greatest honor is to get the status as Ya ayyatuha nafsul mutma'inna irji'i ila rabbiki radiyatan mardiyah fadkhuli fi ibadi wadkhuli jannati. The day we'll know that now go to the al-Jannah. This is the greatest day of honor. That's honor. But these so-called claimers of Tawheed, they are not facing any of these trials. Rather, they issue fatwas. They issue fatwas, verdicts, that it is halal to kill your brothers. We free our, airport, our land, you can kill our brothers, no problem. This is halal. And in other speech, they say, don't take the kuffar for awliya. Double standard. Sharrun nas dhul wajhayn dhul lisanayn. This is the worst of people. Double face, double tongue, double standard, these people. And they dare to talk about bid'ah, bid'ah, bid'ah. They don't understand the meaning of bid'ah from A to Z. But when actually we ask about the country, Saudi Arabia, in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, do you know how was it called? Was it called Saudi Arabia? Yeah? Well, how was it called? Noor-UL-Haram, yeah? And we have Medina, Taif, wa Makkah, Hijaz, yes? They say bid'ah. Where does this name Saud come? This is the name of a man. This is the name of a man, ahbaba. This is someone unknown on the desert, come to be a muluka, a king. I'm from the desert. Saudiya is the name of a man named Saud. Yes or no, Saud, and they're talking about bid'ah. You change the name of the land actually of Tawheed. You turn it to be the name of a man known as Saud, and you're talking about bid'ah. Wal-'iyadhu billah. They don't care what is happening. Some have made their account all these kings and princes and all these, the Jalun, all these, if they contribute rightly as it should be, the state of the Muslimin would have been enough to stand back on their feet, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. But they don't care. But they don't care. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us tawfiq to ponder over it. Due to time factor, we got another chance, inshallah ta'ala, afterwards to elaborate on this subject. But what it is happening today, bear in mind, that was already been informed by Sayyiduna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. I will end by a great wali named as Ibrahim ibn Adham. Have you ever heard about him? Rahimahullah. Once, when we say about honor, right? Once he was facing so much hunger, right? He was very, very hungry. He doesn't have food. And he was very weak and walking, seeking for food, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And if we go back to the street of Ibrahim ibn Adham and seeking now for food in such hal, subhanallah, for those who know, how he was powerful once upon a time, how he was rich once upon a time, but now when he became a zahid, zuhd, right? And when he was seeking for food, he saw a masjid. He saw a masjid and he steps on the stairs to go and say, in the masjid I will have Rosie. My brothers will give me what? Food. We share with me their food because this is masjid. And somebody will say, okay, you want to eat something, you go to buy something, or I don't know. Why do you go to masjid? Actually, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam in the middle of the night, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, went to the masjid and he crossed from Abu Bakr and Umar radiallahu anhuma and asked them, why are you going to the masjid? And you, why are you going, Ya Rasulullah, to the masjid? Why? Al-Jur', hungry. They were hungry, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when he reached them, Ibrahim ibn Adham, some people think about him that he was actually someone under the effect of alcohol, because he was weak, he doesn't have nothing to eat, he was like fainting. They think of him ill. And they hold him by his feet and make him down the stairs, and his head was hitting the stairs. Do you know what he said? He said, at that time I feel Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honored me. Allah honored me, I felt that. And I'm thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant al-tawfiq insha'Allah ta'ala. Barakallahu feekum. Wa akhir dawana alhamdulillahi
وافتح علينا أكبر الفتوح. سلام يا مؤمن آمن روعاتي، مهيمن عزيز ارفع رتباتي، جبار يا متكبر يا خالق.